What is up, guys? Today we have another install video of another mod that we're putting on our bike. Actually, it's 3 mods that we're putting on our bike today. Just a few days ago, I got this package in the mail from TRex Racing. Today we're gonna be putting on frame sliders, front axle sliders, and also rear axle sliders. So basically, ton of crash protection that should hopefully protect almost my entire bike if it ever goes down. But yeah, by the way, by no means is this a how-to video. This is literally just videoing me figuring out how to put this stuff on. So there's gonna be a lot of trial and error, and I'm not gonna get it right. But yeah, I figured maybe if you guys wanna get these from TRex Racing, you guys can learn from my mistakes, and hopefully by the end we'll have it all on and you'll be able to see how to do it yourself. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what we have in the box. All right, so this is the box that I got from TRex Racing. Let's go ahead and take everything out, see what we have. So it looks like these are the axle sliders, and then this long piece of plastic is everything for the frame sliders, I guess. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start with the frame sliders. So I feel like that's gonna be the more complex part. And let's open this guy up. Okay, honestly, very, very simple what you get from them. So in this long plastic piece, there's 1, 2, 5, 6 different compartments, and 4 of them are the bracket and the actual frame slider for both sides. So that's 4 of them. And one of them has these little, looks like just spacers. They are different sizes, so maybe one is bigger for one side versus the other. And then on the last one, you have all of your bolts. So it looks like we have 2 small ones of the exact same size, and then 2 large ones, but one is still bigger. And then your instructions as well in that last package. Okay, so here are the instructions, and I do love this diagram that they gave you. So it can show you both sides. First thing first, I do know that we need to take off our fairings, which we've never done before, so it should be interesting. So it looks like that bolt there, these 2 bolts, this bolt, and then I think you also have to do like the 3 on the inside here, but we'll see once we do those main ones outside. So all right, so I've taken off this bolt, this bolt, this bolt, and this bolt. So those 4 that I said I'd do. And you can still see that it's attached over here. So now we need to find the correct Allen key, I believe, for this one right here. There's one also kind of under the handlebar. It's really hard to get to. And I think that one back there is a Phillips. We have to get all 3 of those. So we'll try that real quick. Okay, so looking under the wheel, you're also gonna have to take off this right here. And then also there's a rubber insert at the top, I believe right here, holding it together. So we have to take those out as well. Okay, so I've been at this left fairing for some time now, and I've taken off all the bolts that you need. There's one bolt that's still holding on. As you can see, it's kind of just like sitting there, and it's actually inside. I don't know if you can see on camera, but I'll try to point it out. That right there is what's holding this all in place. You can see it's literally like completely free besides that. So what I decided is I'm gonna leave that one bolt in just so it's easier to put back on, because the bolt is in such a weird position that I don't even know if I'd be able to put it back on without help from someone else. So I'm just gonna leave it like this. And here I should be able to access everything I need to put the brackets for the frame sliders on. They go, I believe, right here on this bolt. And yeah, that just saves me the hassle of having to put that back on. Yeah, I just felt like it'd be really annoying. It'd be smarter just to leave it like this. So yeah, that's one side done, I guess. Let's go ahead and do it to the other side. Okay, so after about 30 minutes of messing with the fairings, you can see we do have both sides kind of just hanging off. Like I said, that last little bolt in there is holding in place. It's kind of hard to get to, and I don't really feel like putting it back on. And you can actually, with it kind of hanging off like this, you can access that bolt that you need to put the frame sliders in. So we're gonna see if this works. If I need to take it off, I will, but I'd rather not. So yeah. Now what we have to do is take out this bolt right here, which goes directly to the frame, that big bolt in there. So we're gonna go and take that out, and then you can see the little setup we have for the bracket for the frame slider. So this is the part that's gonna be sticking out. You can imagine it kind of going on like this. So that big bolt they're about to take out is gonna be replaced by this bolt. And we have the largest bolt that they gave us through with the smaller, it's not a washer, but whatever this thing is, on the back side of it. And this is going to go towards the bike, and this is where the actual puck is gonna go. Let's go ahead and get that bolt out, and we can put this setup on. All right, sometime later, and I have gotten that bolt out. It was very hard to get out, but I eventually did get it just with a bigger size wrench. So now we're gonna put the bracket for the frame slider in place. So if you set it up just like it shows in the diagram, go ahead and slide this big bolt in there. And then this little wedge piece is gonna go right in that gap. So that just slides right in there. And then all you have to do is tighten that down. So, and you should have this long bar sticking out, which is where the puck is gonna go, but we'll do that after. First, let's get this guy on. making sure that this little piece on the backside gets tucked in there right in place. And as you can see, that is snug. That is now all in place. And you can see that is sturdy. It's not going anywhere. And yeah, let's go and do it to the other side. All right, we got that bolt out. Now let's go ahead and install the bracket on this side. This one, make sure you watch out for the wires right there. That little piece is gonna have to go under it. So it should look just like that. Now we're gonna go ahead and tighten this down. There we go, just like that. Both sides are on. And then you'll see when you rest the fairings back down that this piece should actually stick out just like that. And that's how your frame sliders are pretty much gonna look, just with the puck on. Okay, so now that the brackets are on, we just need to put the pucks on, the very last piece. So all it's gonna take are the pucks and then these two screws that it gave you. So they're literally just gonna go straight on. That little rod is gonna slide right here, because we can show you. This is gonna slide just like that, right on. And then on the underside, there's a hole right there. You're just gonna screw in from the bottom, and that'll go through there and thread into here. And there we go. Just like that, the frame slider is installed. And as you can see, that thing is solid on there, not going anywhere. That's the look. Obviously the frames are still off, but yeah, let's go and do it to the other side. Okay, and there we go. We officially have the frame sliders completely on our bike. This is what it looks like with fairings on. Obviously the fairings aren't completely on, they're kind of just sitting there. But with the fairings on, you can kind of see it sticking out, and I'll show you guys after, of course, when I put them all back on. And then here's the side without the fairings that you can see it sticking out right there, connected to the frame, and that thing is solid. I'm gonna go ahead and install the axle sliders as well. Might as well get it out of the way now. And then we can put the fairings all back together at the very end to kind of clean everything back up. Yeah, let's go ahead and put the axle sliders in. As far as I know, it's literally just sliding it through the axle, because you can see directly through it, and screwing in bolts on each side. Might be a little more complicated than that, but hope not. Let's go ahead and open up those boxes over there for the sliders. And yeah, hopefully it's a lot easier than the frame sliders. Hoping it's very simple as I think it is. So yeah, let's go ahead and get those. So this is what you get from TRex Racing. This right here is obviously the rear axle slider and the front axle slider, and the instructions for each. Basically what we're gonna do is take off the left side one. I guess you do either side. Take off the left side one, and then we're gonna slide it in through the right-hand side, and then we're gonna tighten it down on the left side, right side, kind of just do them at the same time until it's all secure. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so like I said, we're gonna go ahead and take off the left-hand side by removing this bolt right here. Okay, so left side is out. As you can see, puck, giant screw. Stick it in, and there's a little plastic piece on the end. Just make sure that stays there. So all we're gonna do is we're just gonna slide it directly through. Boom, just like that. Then we're gonna go to the other side and put it in, and we're kind of just gonna tighten them down equally from both sides. And that's it, yeah. There we go. Kind of makes it easier if you just like on the back of the tire, and you hold down one side as you do the other, and then just equally do it. Just like that, we have rear axle sliders. That was easily the easiest mod I've ever done. Yeah, and they look pretty sleek. I mean, just black axle sliders, you kind of don't even realize they're there, but they will protect your axle and hopefully parts of your swing arm if you go down. Let's go ahead and do the front as well. Okay, so moving over to the front side. So I went ahead and did the exact same thing. I took off the right-hand side, well, left-hand side facing this way, but right-hand side of the bike. And I'm gonna go ahead and slide this in through the right side from camera view, left side of the bike, and then place this on the other side and screw them in equally. Okay, now we have front axle sliders as well. The only thing that kind of confused me a little bit was on the left side, there's an aluminum spacer on the other side of the screws, like in here, right? And this kit is made for like 2 different bikes, and it says if you have the RS660, then you need to flip that spacer. Before with that spacer, how it came originally, it adds an extra like inch, right? Not inch, like half an inch. And that in itself just doesn't let you reach the screw there. So you have to flip it around and then it's able to reach fine. But yeah, there's front axle sliders, frame sliders, and rear axle sliders. Yeah, let's go ahead and put these fairings back on, and then we'll see the final product. All right, guys, here we are with the final product. I've put all the fairings back. It did take a while. One thing about this bike is the fairings are, in my opinion, pretty tedious to take on and off. A lot of the screws are in hard to get places, but we eventually got it. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. It took me a very long time. In total, probably took me around a little over 2 hours to do by myself, just because I had to figure out a lot of stuff. And it's the first time I ever took off the fairings, and I didn't realize how difficult it would be. So make sure you have enough time to do this, or if you have someone to help you out, that'd be great. But yeah, here's the final product. As you can see, the frame sliders right here, and then the axle sliders on the rear and the front. like I said, when I was doing them, axle sliders, so easy to put on. Frame sliders, they're also fairly simple. I mean, it's only one screw just into the frame. The only part that makes doing this hard is the fact that you have to take off the fairings. So make sure you know fully what you get into and how to take off the fairings beforehand, or just figure it out like me, but no, it's gonna take you a while most likely. Overall, I'm very happy with it. I think it matches, but you know, it's not really for the look that I'm doing this. It's for like peace of mind, for if I were to drop the bike or go down with it. Unfortunately, if that were to happen, then I have a little bit more protection on the bike, and maybe having that protection could help protect me as well. And so just like peace of mind to have these things on your bike. I think in the future, I'll also get an engine cover and then those gas tank sliders and then the rear seat slider just to protect more parts of the bike. And then of course, if I were to go down, my mirror would most definitely hit, and then also my handlebars. So I know they make the handlebar like guards that go around here that go to the bar ends and it goes around. I might get that as well, because right now if you look, the handlebars do actually extend farther than the frame slider right here. So all of these are definitely hitting most likely. Yeah, just take that in consideration. I definitely have a lot more things I want to do, but I'm happy that I have these on. It, like I said, peace of mind. And yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Let me know if you guys have any questions. As far as what I've seen from TRex so far from the last few hours, I mean, yeah, I would definitely recommend them. Hopefully I never actually have to use them, so I won't actually be able to tell you guys if they're good or not, but that's just kind of the part of having protection like this, is just to have that peace of mind and hope that it never happens. But if it does, I guess we could do a real review on how much it protected my bike. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions down below, and appreciate you guys watching, and see you guys later. Peace out. Also, these frame sliders kind of act like good little like foot pegs. Like I could just ride with cruise control on now like this, although they're kind of slippery, but yeah, just thought I'd mention that. Anyways, peace out.